Wrestling. Welcome back, all you wonderful weed heads, to another brand new edition installment of Weed on Wrestling. I am, of course, Weed, aka Alan, your host that tries to stay stoned the most. And here on Weed on Wrestling, I get super baked and talk about all things in the WWE universe. Today is, of course, Tuesday, April 18, 2017, and you know I'm talking everything all about that WWE Smackdown Live. And here's what we know moving into the show. There's going to be a six-pack challenge with the winner getting the number one contender spot for the WWE Championship. It includes Dolph Ziggler, Mojo Rawley, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, Sami Zayn, and Jinder Mahal. Fuck me running, it looks like shit on paper. Then we know that Kevin Owens is going to issue his Face of America challenge. Let's just see who accepts this time-filling segment. What's going on with the women's division on SmackDown Live? I mean, Tamina and Charlotte are game changers for the entire roster. Why isn't Nakamura and Ty Dillinger more prevalent on the show? I mean, why are they in the six-pack challenge? What about Baron Corbin? Are we now basically guaranteed that Orton and Owens both win in 2 weeks at Payback? Isn't that what this writing and storytelling and logic dictates? I mean, I have so many questions with what's going on with the show. All that, and I haven't even mentioned the blasphemous ways that SmackDown Live continues to treat their entire tag team division. I mean, the Usos are the champions, yet we never get to see them on screen. American Alpha is always a threat. Brazango way over with the fans. Why don't we get more time for the tag team division? Anyway, I digress. It's time to jump into the actual show, and it kicks off with Charlotte Flair, of all people. You know what? It's just Charlotte being Charlotte, and she's getting better and better each week on that microphone. She even threw in a woo for good measure, and that was good. It added some flavor to it. Enter Naomi. She accepted Charlotte's challenge. Kind of took a little bit of a cheap shot and hit Charlotte. They both kind of flubbed and flopped their way, falling around until Shane O'Mac comes dancing in, making a match between them official. Charlotte and Naomi. If Flair wins, she gets the number one contender spot and gets a title shot next week. Okay. The two ladies kind of fight a bit more, and yeah, it was an interesting opening sequence. I'm not sure if it was good. It was far from bad. I'll give it that. I just don't know if it was... I don't have a whole lot of positive things to say about it. It was good enough, I guess. I mean, the feud was established, matches made official, neither looked weak, neither looked strong either, but more importantly, neither looked weak. It was good to see Charlotte getting plugged right into that title picture where she truly belongs, and it's got to make the other six women like really pissed off and upset. And I hope, personally, this is just my own greed, I hope that it's the long game to set up a Charlotte-Becky Lynch feud. Maybe that's just my own personal feelings in it. With everything that transpired later on in the show, especially when we came back from break and we seen that Natty was on screen whining and complaining and just ruining everything. Carmella came out there and she looked good. Like, she actually did good in her talking point and shit. She needs to ditch this fucking whole James Ellsworth angle. Tamina came into the screen as well, talking to Shane. And yeah, it made sense. So I guess all the women are now forming a clique. You can fuck rightly off with that. You know that they're going to interfere, if not in this match later on tonight between Naomi and Charlotte, then next week, because it kept building that way. We get to our first match of the night. It was the six-pack challenge. Yeah, they put the six-pack challenge on first. Dolph Ziggler, Eric Rowan, Jinder Mahal, Mojo Rawley, Luke Harper, Sami Zayn. Holy hell, on paper, what a shit fest of a match. The only thing worse is having to listen to JBL and Byron Saxon on the commentary table. JBL was, for some reason, extra shitty this week, and even worse for this actual match. As good as Harper is, he seems to be far from ready for that title push. Eric Rowan even further away from headlining material. Mojo Rawley can't even carry a thought, let alone a possible 3 to 6 month feud with a main event opponent. Jinder Mahal isn't even worth the time that it takes to say that he's a bottomless pit of suckage that has no qualities worth even redeeming enough to keep him gainfully employed by the WWE. He's just not even worth the breath of air that it takes to talk about him. And holy shit, were there so many commercial breaks during this match. What were there, 3, 4 commercial breaks during the actual match? And then we're left with two of the 6 competitors, and that's fucking depressing. There's only 2 people in the match worth even a spot in the match. And they're the Seller Supremes themselves, Sami Zayn and Dolph Ziggler. And that's actually kind of depressing. The match was the same way, kind of depressing, with all the commercial breaks and the people who didn't deserve to be in there. I don't know. It should have been better than it actually was. The crowd was trying. They were really into it, and so that's always a plus. Luke Harper continues to impress. I mean, the dude's got a future, just not right now. And it was a nice little powerbomb spot with Eric Rowan tossing Dolph Ziggler out of the ring like a bale of hay. Here's my question with the match, though. Why were all the stars or the fighters or the contenders in the match just hanging out outside of the ring? Everybody was just all propped up on one knee at multiple times during the match. It was just rough to watch right here. I mean, yeah, it did have a few nice big pop moves, but I just wanted more from a number 1 contender match. That's all. I just wanted more. Yeah, it picked up there at the end with a few false finishing moves here and there, near falls, and then shit just kind of went sideways real fast. What a weak ending. The Bollywood boys come in and hold down Sami Zayn's legs, and Jinder Mahal gets the victory. Oh man, the boos erupted in that arena. Holy hell, it was bad. I get it, you're trying to get Jinder Mahal as a heel, but I thought we were past this as a company, WWE. This whole anti-American stereotype, if you're not American, you're against us. If you're not with us, you're against us. Fuck off. Fuck rightly off with this shit. And then after it was over, enter Randy Orton, and he mumbles and stumbles and fumbles his way through his latest promo just to get to yet another video package of Bray Wyatt. Like, it was good. The Bray Wyatt video packages are always good, as usual, but why did Jinder Mahal just, stand around and then just abruptly get out of the ring whenever the lights went down? It was all this shit with Mahal winning the 6-pack challenge for nothing. Because if Orton loses to Bray Wyatt at Payback, then Smackdown loses the title as well. It's just so fucking confusing. If nothing else, just promise me one thing. Please don't let this whole storyline be just a racist as I think it's going to be, and a way to end up as Mahal main eventing a pay-per-view and getting the fucking belt. God, I hope not. Vince really does love big sweaty men, and he must despise charisma. Because now, Mondays, we have to suffer through the constant Roman Reigns bullshit, and now, for no reason on Tuesdays, we're suffering through the no reason push of Jinder Mahal. Fuck off. Right after that, things took a turn for the better because we got AJ Styles and Baron Corbin in a little nice back and forth verbal joust, if you will, backstage, setting up for their match with these two later on. This 2-minute throwaway backstage segment was way better and had more momentum building attributes to it than the entire fucking last match. The bullshit that attempts to pass as a main title storyline process, and these guys are just outshining them. It was damn good on these guys, on these two behalf, but shitty on the behalf of the WWE for their weak-ass booking and crappy fucking writing for the WWE Championship picture. Then again, will it even be worth anything after SmackDown might lose a belt once Payback's over? It's just confusing. Mainly because there's so many storylines that are building off of storylines that haven't even ended yet. Raw has came to conclusions on most of their storylines that built prior to WrestleMania, but for some reason SmackDown, all of theirs are still out in the air. They're open. They're not conclusive. Anyway, we get to match number 2 of the night. Charlotte versus Naomi. If Charlotte wins, she gets a shot at the title next week. And yay, more shitty-ass shots of the superstars watching the match sideways from backstage. Here's my opinion on this. Anytime we as the fans get a backstage cutaway of the other superstars watching, it's because it means that the match isn't interesting enough to hold our attention, and the brass at WWE know it. It's almost like they're basically saying, oh shit, it sucks, so cut to camera 4. And like, as predicted, the match sucked. It lasted too long, it drug out everything. We knew what was going to happen. It's just not that visually appealing. Charlotte gained the pinfall and gets her title shot next week. Good. Give her the title, let her keep it until Asuka comes up. Or at least after she holds it for like a 6-month to a year reign and has a good feud with Becky Lynch going. I don't know. Good. It was a good enough segment, I guess. Up next, match number 3, Primo and Epico versus the American Alpha, not the American Alpha. So Primo and Epico, Cologne now, whatever, versus American Alpha. The match started off fast, and it was brutal. It was hard-hitting, it was good teamwork, and all around, it was entertaining ring work and just an overall good match. Storytelling was solid. You know what? The tag team division on SmackDown Live is fucking solid. It's stacked. And now you have to add Primo and Epico onto the list, or the Colognes, as the commentators wanted to call them. Whatever we're calling them now, it works because it was a pretty good match. Primo and Epico Cologne or whatever, they get the victory, and it was a little shady at the end, but it works for their character. And that's what I'm about, is character-driven things. So my dogs are barking in the background. I don't know. But yeah, it was a good logical match. Not sure how I feel right now, considering the overall shape of the tag team division. Because I just don't know. Usos didn't even show up this week. No Breezango, which saddens me. There's just a lot of confusion. Speaking of confusion, it was good to see a Ty Dillinger spot. I mean, it's nice to see him. It really is. But why? I mean, what did this spot help? No one. It was another pointless video package of somebody being interviewed for no reason. Just showing that they're there, I guess. Stupid shit. And I have a random thought. Did Lana just hijack the whole Emelina persona and her character's promo spots and her director and all that shit and just make them better by trying to strip? Did Lana, ditch Rusev and in the kayfabe world? Is she still even Russian? I mean, I'm too confused to be excited and horny over her stripping, so I'm at odds. Let's continue on. Match number 4. And it was the first ever Kevin Owens Face of America challenge. Who stepped up? None other than Gary Dandy? Who? Who? Yep. KO not only beats him down physically, but mentally and verbally as well. I mean, he had good solid mic work before the match, stealing the microphone out of the dude's hand, and it was good after the match. He's just brilliant, man. It's good heel work by Owens, and then bad heel work by Jinder Mahal. Vast differences, worlds of differences here. And then it was a nice kind of tip of the hat to continue on, and we got an actual talented commentator at the table, besides Tom Phillips, when we learned Kevin Owens was going to sit in on the main event match between what's upcoming next. Again, the main event match number 5 of the night, and that's Baron Corbin versus AJ Styles. How do I feel? I feel pleasantly surprised. It was a nice match. It truly was. Baron Corbin continues to look strong. All the while, AJ Styles never truly looks weak. He looks more mentally superior. I don't know. It's really good work, actually, by these two guys. It was hard to concentrate on the match with Kevin Owens yelling at everybody and kind of bullying the commentator table, which JBL was there, bully commentator table. It was funny. I found the humor in it. But yeah, it was hard to concentrate. There were good reversals here and there. Even better in the logic of WWE in-ring performances. Corbin showed that his strength is more than what it appears to be because he's got speed as well. And he fucking appears to be dominant as shit. Then again, Styles proved that it's not all about strength, speed, agility, and intelligence. That intelligence goes a long way. And it can carry anyone in a great marquee matchup. And that's what this kind of was. With matches like these, I'm always curious, though, as to how AJ Styles is supposed to hit his finisher and win. Yeah, he could go the submission route, or he could go the way that he did here, the phenomenal forearm. But it wasn't like an official pinfall win. I mean, he can't hit the Styles Clash. Long dudes like Baron Corbin or Randy Orton are hard. Bigger dudes like Kevin Owens are hard for him to pull it off on. It's just a thought, though. But again, it was great ring work by both of them. And I was impressed by Corbin, I think, the most. He looked really solid. And his microphone skills, they just continue to improve and impress at all times. The way it ended, it was even good, surprisingly enough. Believe it or not, I liked it. Styles got the victory via countout on Corbin. He still hasn't pinned Baron Corbin. I like the build of this feud. Even with all the little spots of Styles flipping into Owens, he escaped with the victory. Styles still got the win. And it was kind of strange, it was kind of clunky, and it was interesting. And that's the whole way that the momentum of the show took us. It fit perfectly. It aligned perfectly with the rest of the show. So yeah. Let's get into my s'more moment of the night. S'more of that, please, has gotta be the fact that, Raw last night, they had 3 hours to fill, and they only gave us 6 matches. Smackdown Live, a full hour shorter at 2 hours. But yeah, they give us 5 matches. So 1 less match in a full hour less of time. I don't know. So yeah, give me some more of that in-ring action, SmackDown Live. We as wrestling fans, thank you for fitting in a little more action into your allotted time with less of these pointless, drama-filled, horseshit spots that ruin wrestling. My what about me? What about Raven missing superstar of the show? There's so many that I could go to. Because I hadn't even talked about how New Day wasn't even there. or Orton showed up for less than 30 seconds. But you know what? My what about me, what about Raven, missing superstar of the night goes to the former women's champion, Becky Lynch. Where has Becky gotten off to? I mean, if it's a way to set up a future feud kind of thing with the group of girls and Charlotte and all of that, then yeah, okay, then we got a future here. But if it's so Natty can get more screen time, then you can fuck Riley off. So yeah, where'd you go, Becky Lynch? Where did you go? My botch of the night. This one's going to be a strange one. This one, I mean, I could go with a number of spots from, the Naomi and Charlotte match, or I could go down the rabbit hole of booking, making Jinder Mahal, seem like a fucking headliner. But if the WWE gained heat, if they wanted to gain heat on his heel persona, then they got it. It was a fucking job well done, WWE. Job well done indeed. But then again, I could go down as far as to continue my unending mockery of Natty. But I don't think I'm going to do that. Nope. Not tonight. Tonight, my weed heads, my botch of the night has to go to myself. I fucking botched. I botched by not re-upping. I didn't re-up in time, and I didn't have enough of that good to remotely enjoy the show as it was presented. So yeah, my botch of the night, it's me. Weed didn't have an ample supply of weed. Oh, the irony. Damn. Hopefully it comes in, though. Because if you could tell, I ain't really been hitting the pipe as much as I should have here. But yeah, let's get down to it, huh? What do you say? My overall feeling after the show is that I'm just confused and I just have a confused and bewildered look of despair plastered upon my face. I mean, yeah, I like the Charlotte getting a title shot. It's cool. But her match, to gain one, it sucked. It sucked balls with sandpaper taste buds. The Kevin Owens spots, they were great. It's just, they're really short, and they were with a fucking jobber of all people. We get to see Ty Dillinger, but it was just in an interview. Nakamura flashed up on the screen as a preview of what's on next, and the fucking crowd came to life and really had a pop. But then no, there's no Nakamura sighting. He never appeared. And then that six-pack challenge match. Holy shit, that abomination of all good things. That was a bad match. 3 to 4 of the contestants, they don't even deserve a job, let alone a shot at the title. I mean, one is 5 years past his prime, past his true prime anyway, and the only one that deserves a push, well, there's Harper, and he's not a complete waste. He's a couple years away from being ready. But the 3 that don't deserve it, Mahal, Mojo, Ronan, Eric Ronan, they didn't deserve a spot even in that match. Ziggler did, but like I said, he's 5 years past his prime. But yeah, we're left with the only one that deserves a push and that has the talent as well as the fan base to go on a successful run. And that's Sami Zayn. He's the one who got fucking pinned. By Jinder fucking Mahal. Oh, Jesus. It was just shit. It was pure shit on a stick. Not good. No wonder WWE put it on as the first match, only to end the show with the AJ Styles Baron Corbin match. And that makes sense. It's sad when our mid-card title contention picture is way more entertaining than the main event one. Yep. I guess they were hoping that we would forget. I mean, as good as those two are, Baron Corbin and AJ Styles, how can we forget the horse shit from earlier? From where did Mahal go when Wyatt's music hit to why didn't Owens attack AJ Styles at the end of the show, it was just all confusing. What truly happens if Randy Orton loses at Payback? Can we please let Jericho win and get him on SmackDown Live? Is that a possibility? Why does Sami Zayn get buried every single show that he goes on? And what about that fucking tag team division, though? What about that tag team division? Alright, SmackDown Live, you got me. I'll keep watching. I'll keep fucking watching just to see what the hell you're gonna do next and how you're gonna disappoint me in future endeavors. So yeah, that's about all I got for today. So what do you say we get the fuck out of here? As my dog's telling me it's time. So, yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow. Talk some weed on 205 Live. Followed by weed on NXT at some point. You can find me at all the normal places. SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, and of course, Spreaker Radio. And again, that's at Weed on Wrestling on Twitter. Weed on Wrestling, one word. So yeah, you guys take care of each other. Take care of yourselves out there. Let's get the fuck out of here. What do you say? I had to mute the announcers about halfway through until Kevin Owens got on the mic. I can't stand JBL. Hashtag fired JBL. Don't even see how that prick still has a job. Kind of rushed it tonight, but, you know. I ain't got a whole lot of weed. So yeah, let's just get the fuck out of here. What do you say? Peace.